All right, Jaycee joining me here on Boom Radio. Jaycee is an independent Australian singer, rapper, producer, and multi-instrumentalist based here in Perth. So great to have you on Boom.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be on the show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I personally dig your vibe. You have a massive growing loyal fans.
Yeah, right.
And you got this really cool R&B, hip-hop meets funk and soul, and you got some elements of trap music in there.
Yeah.
Pushing the boundaries, loving that.
Thank you. Well, it all kind of comes from the heart. That's the thing. That's what I really pride myself on. All my music is like me. It's all authentic. And I'm making the beats as well. So like, I was brought up in bands, playing guitar. I was all amongst the music scene. I'm half Jamaican, and you know, I try to show that in my music with the R&B, the funk, the soul. And then like, I love trap, man. Like, you can party to it, you can jam out to it. So I don't know, just put a fusion of it all in there.
So music's definitely in your blood.
Yeah.
And you said a bit of Jamaican there. Is that like on one of your parents' side?
So my mom's Jamaican and my dad's Aussie, so I'm half.
Nice.
So I've been brought up with the music, like the reggae, Bob Marley, all that. And then my dad's like got the Western music in the house, and you know, it just kind of fused together. And like, I like to think like my ancestors, like my Jamaican side, were just like geniuses at like making music as you do on the island. Like, it's all music orientated, like, you know, you're singing in the church, reggae, and just like, you know, it's just the culture there. So I like to think that like my ancestors, like, because it's weird, like I always question where I got this ability to just come up with songs. Like, there was a point where I was doing like a song a day, so I was just like, how's this, my dad's not musical, my mom's not musical, so I don't know. That's it, yeah.
It has to happen eventually down the line somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
So
like, genetics
it's popped
everything.
up with you.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I know this is a little far back, but Wham were pretty excited to spotlight you in March, featuring the stunning music video for Because It's Summer. And wasn't that a beautiful West Australian landscape in the video?
Yeah, so we kind of, it was like 3 days of shooting.
What was that like?
It was awesome. We went along the whole coastline of Australia, western, like WA. Like, we went up to the Pinnacles, and we went to like Busselton, Bunbury, and we also did like some local stuff like Kings Park, Scarborough. Yeah, we just kind of wanted to showcase. We wanted to make like a tourism video, but kind of like a disguised tourism video, because no one in WA is really putting it on for like, you know, the state, in the sense that like there's not really like, there's a lot of people doing music, but they don't claim where they're from, because they feel like being from Perth is restrictive, and that if they say they're from Perth, people aren't going to listen to them, because we don't have buzz around our name like that. Like, everyone wants to be from like the States, or people want to be from UK, or even people want to, like, Sydney's starting to get a bit of a name now, but no one's really been like, yo, I'm repping WA. So that was kind of the idea. We wanted to make like a tourism video, and like, you know, we wanted to give it to these tourism companies to use. Like, that was the marketing strategy. We messaged tons of tourism companies like, yeah, use this video, but nature of the game, no one gets
pretty
back
awesome as well. And to be a part of something like that's no one's really done before, and being a part of making videos with Australian landscapes and putting the buzz on Perth.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
you did that.
That's it.
That's really cool. More currently, on July 1st, you had two red hot singles, Layla and Time to Go. Lala, sorry. Which held #1 spot on Unearthed hip hop charts for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And Time to Go had over 100,000 streams, and it aired on MTV Australia.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel amazing. Like, it's crazy, and like, you know, it's step by step. Like, it's so cool being on this journey, this independent journey, because you see these little milestones pick up, these little kind of spikes in you know, your songs, or just the fan base pick up, and it's just like a subtle kind of climb, and it's just so much fun to be on, and just like really being present with it, and being in the pocket with it, and just keeping your eyes on your lane, because yeah, like, you know, like, as much as those things are cool, it's just like, that's just the journey. I'm prepared for this, I'm prepared for that, and I'm just kind of riding the wave of it and just letting it flow.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down there. It's kind of like the mysterious distance between you and your music and your fan base out there, when it all falls into part.
Big time.
It's got to feel pretty electrifying.
It's catalog building right now. It's one thing I pride myself on, is just building a strong catalog, you know, laying down these tracks authentic to me, and when the time is right, everyone's just gonna look over these songs and these videos and just be like, whoa, he's been dope the whole time, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's catalog. A lot of like advice for all artists trying to do their stuff is just don't think about it too much. be authentic to your music and just drop songs, and eventually, you know, you'll find yourself with like 20 tracks. You can do live shows, you got catalog, and when that one song that does break through, the worst thing that can happen is one song breaks through, but you got nothing to follow up on, or nothing that people can like, you know, bulk binge listen to you with. So my whole thing is like, build your catalog, be authentic to you, and just like be patient with the journey, ride it out.
Absolutely. And you're doing something incredibly creative at the moment that no other artist has ever done that before, and it started in July. What is it, and who came up with the idea?
So One Song One Dream is kind of like a campaign or like a project or whatever you want to call it. It's I'm dropping a new music video along with a new song every single Monday for 6 months straight. And like, we've looked around, I don't think anyone's ever done this before. Like, I think we're doing a Guinness Book of Records right here now. And it's like, yeah, it's just passion, man. Like I said earlier, like I was doing a song a day for one point. I'd wake up,
that's passion.
Every single beat is made by me, every single thing's mixed by me, mastered by me, engineered by me. I'd wake up, hit the studio up. I just got a little home studio, like, you know, microphone, MIDI keyboard, monitors, Logic Pro. And I'd just wake up, I'd lay down like 5 beats, like I'd make like 5 beats, pick out of the 5 beats, and just, you know, how my heart was feeling that day, I'd put it on the music.
Yep.
And I would just distribute it. And then, you know, I was going to the boys, I was like, what's going on here? I've got like 15 unreleased tracks. And I was like, okay, so in the year of 2018, I put out 2 mixtapes. Same sort of situation, 8 tracks each or whatever. Like, this is say I put out 15 songs, 16 songs last year, and no one really got to the end of them because the attention span's so slow. Like, who's gonna sit through an artist they'd never heard of and be like, I'm gonna listen to the last song on this 8-track mixtape, this no-name kid? Just doesn't happen. Like, that's why Time to Go and La La went so well, because they were singles. So Time to Go was a single, and then I was like, wait a minute, let's piece this together. People want to listen to one song, but they won't listen to a tape. So I was like, I got 15 unreleased songs, let's just release it, you know, week by week, but let's do something that's never been done before and film a music video for it as well.
So it's 26 new songs and videos are matched until January 2020?
That's what's locked in at the point.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
cool.
You never know what could happen. Like, I'm always in the studio. This is all I do now. This is my life. Is
no,
creating.
you can really feel your energy, and it's really refreshing, and it's lovely to have someone that's young. You've got an awesome vibe. Your music's awesome, but you're on fire when you talk about it, and I love it. Now, how do you stay motivated? Like, with all this creativity, Music Man, what keeps you motivated?
Weird. Yeah, because like, for me, a lot of my motivation comes from just my day-to-day. Like, you can go into it a lot and just be like, yeah, like I want to be like my mom, my dad, like I love them, they're motivation for me, my friends, my team, you know, like I can even name like some icons, celebrities and all that. Like, that's all cool, like you're gonna gain strategies from them, but at the end of the day, you're always playing against you. Like, it's always just you, in the sense that
you're in competition with yourself.
Exactly, and the only person who can think for you is you, and the only one who can make decisions is you. So my motivation really is myself and how I live my life, and how, like, and I don't even need to leave a spot. It's just how I'm thinking at that point in time.
Strong-headed and authentic.
Yeah, big time.
And I think that's really quite poignant, and it resonates with me. I aspire to be a bit more like you, and like staying true to what your roots are and what you're about and what your journey is. And it sounds like you're really enjoying yours. Like, I can feel it. It's upon us in the room, and I'm loving it. Yeah. Absolutely loving it. Now, GTM 2019, will you be back in 2020?
Well, I would like to think so, and I'd like to think I'd be doing the tour this time around.
Beautiful.
So I just did the Bunbury show, so I'm gonna lock in the Australian tour.
Awesome.
Be in that headlining position.
That'll be fantastic, and I think you probably will be, and all the power to you. Now, you have a strong focus to stay independent, putting out music that resonates with you. So, like I was saying before, you self-produce everything. Everything is done by yourself, and you have that strong focus to stay that way.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it's like, I don't have anything wrong with labels and like higher powers within the music industry. I just have a problem when it's not done right. And a lot of the time, these artists, because they're uneducated, or they just want to get on, they just want to be famous, or they just want to be this and that, and they're not really about making music. So they're not about sitting there putting catalog out and just getting like 10 views on their hit song. So like, I have nothing wrong with labels. It's just when you sign a deal early in your career, you don't realize that you don't own your music anymore, and that's a big problem for me, not owning my work. So like,
No, I respect that.
yeah, like I'm cool with it. I know the nature of the game. Like, you got to sign deals, you got to let people in on your pie to make it to the where you want to go. But just in these early stages, it's just independent. Like, the creativity is just huge for me. Being authentic to my music is just huge to me. And as soon as someone or something wants to get in on that, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, let's talk about it, let's negotiate, let's do this, let's do that. I'm not gonna be quick to sign anything.
No, good.
Because I know what it's worth. Like, I know that at the end of these 26 songs, I'm gonna have something that's never been done before, and I know that one day that's gonna be like, whoo, take off. So it's like, you need to know. It's kind of like, like, you gotta have that foresight and just know where you're going and what you see, and don't be quick to throw your cards in the deck, because you never know what's gonna be played out.
Yeah,
and
I guess that sums up the difficulties and the disadvantages all up in one, what you just said there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's, at the end of the day, the nature of the game is these big labels control a lot of stuff, you see, and they can put anyone on like that, but it's just how you want to get put on. Do you want that longevity? Do you want to be put on for like 10 years like some of the greats, or do you just want to have that one hit and just kind of talk for a couple months and then go on? And it's like, that's not me. I'm a creator.
It's life for you.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's like, this is what I do. So I'm cool to be patient with it, and I know that at the end of the day, Catalogue speaks for itself. Like, it's just there.
Exciting.
Like,
it's very exciting to have you here. Now, growing your loyal #Young Team fan base.
Yeah.
Where did Young Team come from?
So
like, what's?
Yeah. So there's a bit of a story behind it, actually. So last year I was going under Young Jaycee, not just Jaycee, because there was a time where I was just like, I want to be different, because there was a few Jaycees doing music at the time that I didn't want to have to get confused with, and I was like, I'm young, and it was just like, you change your name a few times when you're trying to find out what's going on. So Young Jaycee, and then from there we developed the Young Team, and then that kind of sparked the name idea. But now it's way more than just that. Now it's about, it's not about age, it's about the spirit. We're young. Like, people like to associate all the good things with being young, like, oh, get it while you're young, do it while you're young, like, oh, you're young, you got time. And I like to think, like, if we're going to get deep here, like, time to me is just...
No, let's get deep. I like the way you're deep and philosophical, and we're having a good chat, so...
Like, to me, time is like, it's man-made. Everyone knows time's man-made. It's just words we put to a moment, and like, there's only ever this moment. So for me, when people say like, oh, get it while you're young, do it while you're young, I'm like, no, we're always young. Like,
we are.
You never ever lose that mindset you had when you were 16.
That's right. We're always forever becoming the best version of ourselves.
Exactly.
And if we just be in the present and go for gold like you are, because I'm loving it, then we can have anything we want, and we can always remain authentic to ourselves and young in what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
So it's like, and then the team aspect is just, you can't do anything without people helping you. You can't do anything without the team. So
that's true.
Just put the two and two together, and there you go, Young Team.
I love it. I absolutely love that. I really like that. Now, what's the scoop for the next 5 years coming up? Now, I know that's far, far away, but you are killing it. So what does the next 5 years look like for you?
Well, like, I won't even go into 5 years, but
I know, it's a big one.
Yeah, the overall thing is just to be the best as an artist I can be, put out the best music I can be, and change people's lives through my music, which I think I'm already doing, but I want to do it on a larger scale, and I just want to be the biggest artist in the world. So,
like, this is not one of my questions, but it's just popping into my head. It seems like not only are you a musician, you're just an advocate for life. You sound like a bit of an activist when it comes to go get your life, live it, stand tall.
Definitely.
Don't let anyone. I love that about.
Well,
I absolutely
it's
love
like
it.
All the lyrics in my songs, like, I've got a lot of hidden messages within the lyrics, and like they're all underlining the positivity and the love, and go after your dreams, and it's what I'm about. Like, I believe you can really do anything you want to do if you are willing to do it, and you make that decision, and you stick by it, and you mean it. Like, you mean it.
You absolutely can. And just to go a little bit off track, is there anyone, like, in history or even in present time that resonates with you, that's had similar beliefs, whether in the music industry or not?
Yeah, well, in the music industry, a big one of mine is Russ. He's a musician as well.
I
You know
love Russ.
Yeah. So you know his story as well then?
I know a little bit of his story.
It's a similar story to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, he dropped like hundreds, like 90 singles, and
That's
he produced them all. So like big time Russ.
Yep.
Gary V, like I don't know if you know Gary V. He's just like a madman with content and like he's just so switched on. Will Smith, The Rock. These are all celebrities, like when I was talking about. Like,
I love Will Smith. My crush is Will Smith.
Yeah.
Do you have a crush?
Nah, not a crush. Nah.
No crush. Not on Will Smith, of course. I
don't know. Like I look at all these. Like I don't really look at them as like, you know, some people put them like, oh, but that's Will Smith. Like, but I'm this. I feel like I am already that.
Yeah. I love that.
It's just that they have, you know, people looking at him.
Yeah.
If you
Will Smith just oozes coolness. That's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. But that's Will Smith.
Like, he just oozes cool.
Yeah,
He's just a cool guy.
Exactly.
With a cool family, just getting around doing it, isn't he really?
Yeah, big time. And he's a big, like, in that sense, he's really, like, he's someone to look up to. And yeah, I got a lot of people, like, even just my mom, I really look up to her, and my dad, and the team, the boys, like, I don't know, I feel like everyone's their own celebrity in their own world. And it's just like, you know, who has the most eyes actually looking at them, like.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like a lot of these celebrities wouldn't be as cool as they're perceived if they didn't have millions of followers.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
what did you think about Instagram, like taking off the count?
The likes?
Yeah.
I feel like that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it brings people like back down to reality in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it takes the pressure off.
Takes the pressure off.
The
pressure off
the people that needed the pressure taken off.
Yeah,
to
like
like
me.
to post what they wanted. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's just likes. It doesn't really matter if people like it or not.
Does it?
And
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, any collabs on the way?
We got a song coming out, not this Monday, next Monday. We have Nerve, who's a Brisbane rapper, and who else is on? A guy from Florida. His name's Destin, and this is going to be his first like official track.
Cool.
He had a few little SoundCloudy things, but this is the first official.
So you're leading the way for him?
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, a big time. And like I like to do that with the right people, you know, like we're sending out so many DMs. Like I want to collab with as many people as I can if it fits, you know, if it's beneficial on both ends in terms of musically and promotionally. So like we reached out to him and he was like, hell yeah, send through the track, you ladies verse. It's a really good song. And it has a music video, of course. It's a really dope song. And what else do I have coming up? Just a few conversations going.
Awesome.
And a few things happening.
It's going to be great to see what you're going to be up to. Do you have a dream collab?
Not necessarily a dream collab. There's people I'd love to do a song with.
Yeah.
Like obviously Russ.
Yeah.
Like I would love to do songs with like, you know, Drake would be awesome just for the sake of being Drake.
I believe it will happen with you.
Yeah.
It won't be too long. Now, I've got some fun questions for you. If you had to listen to an album all day on repeat, what would you choose?
Ooh. All day on repeat.
Yeah. Maybe just what you feel like today, like no pressure.
I can't get sick
No pressure, but heaps.
I can't get sick of Nate Dogg's album, Music and Me.
All right.
Like it hits a heartstring. But Ross is what Really a Wolf is really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd probably say those two.
Awesome. And Listen Out or Drip World?
If I had to do one.
Yeah.
Listen Out.
Awesome. Cool. Jaycee is an artist to look out for. Find Jaycee's music all over Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. YouTube is a great place to go because you can see behind the scenes Jaycee in the scenes doing your vlogs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. And also head to Insta at JayceeAU.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.